trying to find a good, here's, they alternate along the stem. My name is Brill. I'm 16 years old, and I work with my dad leading tours, teaching people about edible and medicinal wild plants and how to use them for food and medicine. We look for plants on edges. We look for what the leaves are shaped like, if there's any nuts in season, berries in season, and we take people around. We show them the features of all these plants. You have to be 100% certain that you have the right plant or it could poison you. So if you have any enemies, it might be useful. People expect tons of more variety of plants in the country, but in urban areas like in New York City, there's no deer eating all the plants, and there's a large variation of habitat. So you can be in an open field on an edge or in a disturbed habitat, and then be in a woodland or in a marsh within like a few hundred feet.
So here's what the bulblets look like after you pick them. They're white and they're shaped like teardrops.
My dad, he's been an environmental educator since the 1980s, and I've always kind of wondered myself whether I kind of grew into it because of my dad or whether I'm like was just naturally interested in it.
And here's Violet when she was 1.
But it's always just come naturally to me because I know it like the back of my hand. Like I've had my dad's like stories of all the plants and folklore like memorized since I was like 6 years old.
Hello everyone, I'm going to be teaching you about wild and edible plants. This is the wild wineberry.
I definitely, when I look at the nature and when I look outside, I'm not just seeing the green and the brown. I'm seeing, it's like going into a supermarket and you can identify tomatoes and you can identify carrots. And when I'm outside, I see wood sorrel, common plantain, black birch. I don't just see the trees, the shrubs, and the bushes. Right now, I've noticed that foraging has gotten a lot more popular. Obviously, like when we were in quarantine, some people kind of like turned to foraging to see what kind of plants are outside that we can eat, both native and invasive ones. And there was a rise in people who are going bird watching too. So I think that we kind of turned to nature, kind of like back to like the original. After high school, I definitely want to continue to do foraging tours. I definitely want to have a job that I get to like teach people, probably some like education about like the environment. We want to kind of just spread the knowledge to everybody about these plants. The more people who are connected to it and who are engaged, they're the ones who are going to take a stand and try to actually help our environment.